Hey everybody, Kent Watkins again with another flashlight review. I was contacted by a company by the name of SOFIRN. I'm assuming I'm pronouncing that right, SOFIRN. This is the ST10. I'm assuming that stands for SOFIRN Torch 10. So it must be in a 1 through 9 that they had as well. So let's get this thing up. You know, I tell my my companies that send me flashlights to review or any product that I'm only going to give an honest review to my viewers. So if there's something about your product that rubs me the wrong way, I don't like, or there's a bad design or something like that, I'm going to let my viewers know. And this light was no exception to that rule. Now overall, I'm going to give this thing a 9 out of 10. But I'm going to show you that one little thing I don't like about it. It's just, it's pity, or petty, we'll call it. Little petty dislike of mine. Well, let's open it up, see what we got. I've already opened it up, looked at it, but I wanted to show you how it's packaged. Man, they do a great job of packaging. The wording's a little small on the back. I have to get my cheater readers and make me some makeshift bifocals to read it, but according to the packaging, it has 4 power settings, 1 lumen moonlight setting, a 10 lumen low, 100 lumen medium, a 330 lumen high. Well, that's actually 4. There's 5. Then I got a turbo setting, 1000 lumen. So there's actually 5 settings. And anyway, let's open this thing up. Like I said, packaging is superb. Can't ask for anything better. Here's the light inside here. Small light. First thing I noticed when I opened it up, quality. Heavy. Now they call it a lightweight flashlight, but this thing's super heavy duty, and heavy duty in my book means heavy, and this is no exception. It's got a little clip on the end here, so you can clip it on your shirt or on your top of on your bill of your hat and use it as a spotlight or a floodlight. It's got 2 on and off switches on the side, and the battery cap back here, which is also magnetic, very good strong magnet. You can put it up against something metal. I don't have anything right here that I can show you that, but it does. But in order to turn it on the first time, you do have to open the battery compartment, because there's a little protective piece of cardboard to keep the battery from coming on during shipping. Anyway, the battery is a really nice high quality 14500 rechargeable lithium ion battery. Now it's rechargeable without having to use an adapter or a charging base, because let me open the back of this box here. Comes with a little USB-C to USB-C charging cable. Let me set that aside. Comes a real nice lanyard, quality lanyard. It looks just like the lanyard on the last light that I reviewed. Also comes with the owner's manual, user's manual, which definitely need a magnifying glass to read that. And 2 spare O-rings, because to show you why this is important. Normally you wouldn't need spare O-rings usually on a flashlight, but they expected this light to last a while, and you're going to be accessing the battery compartment quite often, and that's where those O-rings go. The reason you're going to be accessing the battery compartment is because in order to charge this battery, you have to open it up and charge the battery directly. There's no, this is my little peeve about this, which I would give this light a score of 10, but I'm only going to give it a 9 out of 10 because of this one thing. You cannot charge it externally without taking the battery out of the unit, which eventually tears up that O-ring inside there. And it's just kind of a pain in the rear. But before we move on to the light, let me show you something about charging this battery. There's a little USB-C slot right at the top of this battery. You're starting to see these a lot in these little batteries now. When you're charging this, when you're plugging it up anyway, when you put it in, push in hard until you hear it click. Now, once you plug this in to another USB-C power outlet, there's going to be a light that comes on right under this positive terminal. That's going to be your charging light, okay? If it's low, it'll be red. I have not fully charged this battery yet. I'm assuming that when it's fully charged, it will turn green or go out. I don't know that, and the instructions don't say. So, I'm going to unplug this for now, put it back in the light, positive ends first, and get my, oh, let me show you, the end of the battery is magnetic, or metal, so you can, there's where that magnet is. Anyway, put it back in there, make sure your O-ring's good and clean. It's easy to do, really. That's just gonna take off a point from in my book. All right, one thing, this is just a change of the times. USB-C. I had rather see a standard USB plug going into your power source. Now, I don't care about the USB-C going into the thing you're charging, but I'd rather see a USB regular on this end, because now I have to go buy a USB to USB-C charging adapter. I can plug that in there. Now I can go to my regular USB. The thing's about $8. I bought a double set of them at Love's gas station, Love's truck stop. That's probably why it was $8, but it's quality, seems to be, and I needed it. So we'll set that aside. Let's pick up the light. Okay, I've got the protective cover off the battery inside, so we should be able to turn it on. Let's see, there's a way to lock this thing, and I don't remember if I had it locked last time or not. We'll find out. Okay, if I hold it down, the little moon light comes on. If I just held the light down, there's a top part of the switch and a bottom part. The bottom switch operates the floodlights on the side. There's a white and a red floodlight. All right, let's go back to the top. Let me turn that off. Oh, wrong switch. There, turn that off. Now, if I want to know what the battery condition is, I can turn it on, and for 5 seconds, that light comes on, that green light. If it's steady for those 5 seconds, your battery indication is good. Now, the instructions say, here's another little beef, kind of knocks it down. It's all about the battery. The instructions say, as long as that green light stays on for 5 seconds, then the battery has anywhere from 30% to 100% charge. And that's a wide range. So I'd rather see a little bit more refined battery charge indication on this light. Give me like a 80 to 100% and a 30 to 70% and a below 30%, different light indications, but it doesn't do that. Anyway, back to the good things about this light. I think I'm done talking about the bad things. That's it. SOFIRN, you heard me. Whether you want to continue marketing this particular light, that's up to you. It's a good light, no problem. You know, People will buy it. Like I say, good solid quality build. But go back to the power settings now. I'm going to be operating the top button, which operates the spotlight up top. If I hold it down, that's the moonlight setting, very low, 1 lumen. Turn it back off. If I just punch it, there's the low setting, which not moonlight, but low. That's the, what was that, 10 lumens. If I hold it down, that's the next one up. That could have been the most powerful. No, it's not the most powerful. Let me hold it down again. There is a more powerful setting. Hold it down again. Okay, that was just the 4 settings there. Okay, it is just 4 settings. Okay. Anyway, I could feel the heat on that, by the way, that last one. If I hold it down, cycle through them. If I punch it twice, okay, that's the turbo right there. There it is. If you punch it twice, now I can feel the heat coming off that good. You can't just cycle through to the turbo. That's what it was. The instructions are kind of vague on that, and I had to remember that in my head. So if I punch the light, there's low, hold it again, medium. I'm going to call that medium high, but if I double tap it, it goes to turbo. That's going to run your battery down a lot quicker. Go back down to low, off. Here again, if I want the moonlight setting, just hold that button down. And there's the moonlight. Okay, hold it back down. See how it cycles through those. And double tap it, goes to super, turbo. Click, click. Okay, now that's the spotlight. Let's go to the bottom light. Now I don't think this one has the moonlight setting, but let's see. I'm just gonna hold that button down. Holding it down gives the red in kind of a moonlight deal. If I hold it down again, that goes off. If I just punch that in once, you got low setting on that. Now the difference between holding it and punching it. Turn that off again. If I hold it down, it goes red. Turn it off. I'll get it brighter there. And brighter again. Back down there, punch it. Turn it back off by holding it. Now if I just punch it, I'm operating the white light. Go through the cycles again. I don't think this side light has the turbo mode. It does have another setting though. I could be wrong. Here again, instructions are kind of vague on that. Anyway, I like it. It's on some of the other lights, I was able to write some instructions on the side of it so I wouldn't forget. There's not much room to write anything on this one, so you're just gonna have to remember it. These little lights that have a lot of functions like that, I'm not a big fan of that. I like one light. Turn it on, turn it off. Turn it on, turn it off. These, I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to appeal to a lot of people. But you can't fault it for quality. Cannot fault it for quality. Now this is also able to operate. Let me open this battery up. Take the factory supplied battery out. You can also operate it off a 1.5 volt standard AA battery. Put that in there. Now the disadvantage of this is it's only operating at half its voltage. This is a 3.6 volt battery. This is 1.5. Not even half, really. So here we turn it on. There's moonlight. Still functions just like it did before, just not quite as bright as it did before. So if your battery's needing charge, throw in a AA. All right. If I had my hat here, and I don't think I do have a hat here, I'd show you how you just clip it on the bill of your hat, either on top or on the bottom. If you need it for a work light, stick it under your truck, on the hood of your truck. It should be a final metal place there to stick it to it. There it is. That's the SOFIRN ST10. Should be a link in the description down below. Go check yours out at www.sofirnlight.com. Let me bring this in so you can see that, if you can. No, you can't. www.sofirnlight.com. Get yours there. All right, that'll wind this review up. Pros and cons, 9 out of 10. The little SOFIRN ST10.